This is day 225 of the Zohar al Pshat, and we are on Daf Chafim Beis of the Zohar Kodesh, and we're continuing with the types of Erev Rav and their manifestations in the contemporary Zohar Kodesh contemporary times and our contemporary times. And we're up to the fourth line down, Giborim, and the Tzitzi tells us, and we had yesterday, Amalekim was first mean, Nephilim was second mean, and the Giborim are the third mean. And he throws interesting Rosh Tavis, you do with it what you want. Simon Oneg. Okay. So anyway, Minat Lisoy, Giborim Minat Lisoy, Alayu, concerning them, Idmar Hemar Giborim. They are the Giborim. Now, of course, they were the descendants of Bnei Elohim of Nos Adam, Anshe Hashem, the people of name. Binu misitra the Ein Lidmar Bohem Hava Lananu Nivna Ir V'Nasel Lanu Shem. They are from the side of Migdal Bavel, who wanted to build themselves a tower and make for themselves a shame. The Uvinyan Bate Knesios Bate Midrashos. They build shuls and Bate Medrash. V'shavin b'hon sifrei Torah, and they put sifrei Torah in them. But Torah dereshayim, and they put crowns on the heads. I'm not sure on the heads of sifrei Torah, on their own heads. Doesn't really matter for our purposes, but the same idea. V'lo lishma Hashem. This is not for, they don't do it the shem shamayim. Elameh b'lohein shem. It's to make themselves a name. Although the Chsiv is that which it says, v'nasu lanu shem. Wow, this is mamish like the Divrei Chaim, right? That the Rabbanim are from the Erev Rav. The people who do things, they build Batei Medrash, they build Batei Knesses, they give Sefer Torah, they put out Torahs, and it's all for their own self-aggrandizement. That is a trait of the Erev Rav. And I think it's appropriate to read the Divrei Chaim beside this at this point from the Hashmatas Pshat Vayakhel. He says Hashem is going the pasuk of beginning of Vayakhel Moshe etc. Elad Varim. Hashem Yitzivah Shelo Yischabrim Erev Rab Shum Pam. Never connect with the Erev Rab any time. By days of leave nos Mishkan, and by not connecting with them, we'd be suitable to build a Mishkan. He saw about some Kedoshim. They saw themselves are holy. Erev Rav Kol Chasodim David Karmayu Avdu. All the Chasodim they do, this is called from Tikkun Zohar. All the Chasodim they do there for their own benefit, their own purposes. Kanireh Ba'alil, like we see clearly. Sha'arabonim, v'chasidim, v'balabatim shabador. That the Rabbonim and the Chasidim and the Balabatim generation, Heba ba'avonoseinu harabim, there in our great sins, Ruban me Erev Rav. That mostly from the Erev Rav, Rotzim Lisror al Hatzibur, they want to have authority over the community. V'chomasem rak legarmayu. All of their deeds are only for themselves. The kabel kavod v'mamoin. They get honor and money. V'chein ein lischaber rakim ha'oivnim be'emes. If we can only connect the people who are truly Avdei Hashem, shemoisim nafsham laHashem, or moisim nefesh for Hashem, lo lekabel shum to'eles la'atzmam, not to receive any benefit for themselves. So that's the Giborim, as the Zohar Kodesh is telling us about here. The Sitra Achram is Gabin al Yisrael. And the Sitra Achra overcomes Am Yisrael Dina Kafadara, the real Israel, the real Tchun, the real Jews, or the real characteristic of Israel is that they're like the dirt of the earth. They're completely humble. They have no heirs, no aspirations. The Gazlin alone, and they steal them. These Baras Avidata, and they break their deeds. As Derek Emma says, he thinks there's a typo here, but in any event, where there isn't. Va'alayu itmar ha'mayim gavru ma'od ma'od al aretz. The water In this case, water is a negative. Normally, water is a positive mashal. Here, it's a negative mashal. For these people who are they overcome very much the aretz, the artzius, the humility of Am Yisrael, which is intrinsic to it. Rachmanim b'Hashem goyim chasadim. The Erev Rav's characteristic of Giborim is to focus on the shame. And of course, again, even if it's don't like Divrei Chaim that it's the Rabbi Chasim, the Rabbanim, and the Ba'abatim are from the Erev Rav, but it's certainly a characteristic Zohar which we possess, which we all have to be very careful from and careful of and try to avoid. Okay, so the next type, Rephaim, Mina Reviyah. Im Yechazun Yisrael Beduka, they see the Jews in oppression. Lisrapinayu, they let loose of the Jews. Even though they have a permission, in other words, they have capacity to save the Jews, lo bon, they don't want to. Misrapim Me'araisa, and they let loose of the people who toil in Torah, mainly those from Torah and mainly those who toil in Torah. Remember, they focus their good on over the Avodah Zarah. In other words, they're not concerned with Am Yisrael, and they're lacking the midah of Gomer Chasadim. The Giborim could be Gomer Chasadim. It wasn't Shem Shemayim. These people are not Gomer Chasadim. They relinquish their responsibility towards Am Yisrael. Saying these, it says, "Reform Bayakumu." These reform, these ghosts, usually translated in English, are not going to rise. Bezimna di'asi b'chidal Yisrael, and when the redemption comes to Am Yisrael, Itmar Bahon, it says about these people, B'teva kozecha lomo. Any commemoration of them will be lost. So these are people who don't have Rachmanas on Am Yisrael and not Gomer Chasadim Am Yisrael when Am Yisrael is at a time of need. Okay, we'll leave the fifth type for tomorrow.